It's 5 random questions from past podcast guest Brian Breaker from the Breaker and Bain Power Hour podcast. This is Trivia with Buds. And welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. I am originally from Chicago, and I live in LA now, and for a full-time gig, I host trivia events at tons of different bars and breweries and corporate events and all kinds of fun stuff. And if you like pop culture, you will love this show. There's a little trivia thrown at you each and every day. Sometimes I'm reading rounds from a live event I did. Sometimes I'm talking to somebody, sitting down with a friend, and battling them in some one-on-one trivia. But today, I have some questions that were submitted for me to answer from my friend Brian Breaker from the Breaker and Bain Power Hour podcast. Brian Breaker, he's a pro wrestler. He was featured on the first season of NXT. If you watch wrestling, he was on the very first season of NXT. And we're going to see how well I can do on 5 random questions from Brian. So let's jump into those right now. I'll give you the questions, then I'll give you my guess and an answer. Then we'll take a quick break, and then we will go over the answers, the actual answers. So here's question number 1. The first Blade movie starring Wesley Snipes was released in what year? The first Blade movie starring Wesley Snipes was released in what year? I remember seeing this when it came out. Loved it. I like all 3 of these. Probably in the order. I think 1, 2, then 3. I think 2 is really fun, actually. And there's actually a wrestler. I think Triple H is in 2 or 3, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. What year did the first one come out? Late 90s or early 2000s? I'm going to say 1999 for my guess. Blade 1, 1999. Question 2. Rick Martel and Jake Roberts competed in what type of match at WrestleMania 7? This is a weird match that I remember. It was super boring, and I think it goes down in history as like one of the worst types of matches. Number 2, Rick Martel and Jake Roberts competed in what type of match at WrestleMania 7? My answer is a blindfolded match. I think they were both had blindfolds or sacks on their head or something stupid. Number 3, how many seasons did Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, run? I've never seen this show. My mom used to watch it, I think, and I think my guess is 4 seasons. I'm going to say 4 seasons. It was definitely 3 or 4 because I've seen the sets or the complete series or something like that. I've seen it somewhere at the store. Number 4, who was the villain in the very first episode of the Batman the Animated Series show? Batman the Animated Series. I have the entire series sealed, signed by Kevin Conroy. I'm staring at it right now as I try and answer this question. I don't really remember. Might have been Clayface. Might have been something more basic. Man-Bat was an early villain. He's the guy that turns into a bat. Clayface or Man-Bat? I'm going to say Clayface. Clayface for the first villain on Batman the Animated Series. And question 5, what was the TV series Hulk Hogan starred in during the 90s? Well, I think that was a Baywatch ripoff called Thunder in Paradise, Mr. Breaker. I'm pretty sure that that's the show you're looking for, Thunder in Paradise. I think they made a movie or 2 straight to video as well. Sting was on this show. A lot of WCW wrestlers. Sting, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and I think Vader one time. Maybe Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid. It's a crazy show. Okay, those are my answers to the 5 random questions from Brian Breaker. We're going to play a quick song. This is a fun rap song from Bain, who is the co-host of the Breaker and Bain Power Hour. He does a lot of fun wrestling-inspired rap songs. So here is a quick song from my boy, Bain.
Check. All right. Well, if you're guessing and don't know education, and them get some knowledge when you find out it's me replacing all them. Yeah, I hear you spit at them, but tell me why you whispering. These words I can leave you blistering, and looks can leave you fidgeting. This mic is mine, be kind, but I don't mind if you plan to throw a fit. Wait, told his homies it's a party, you're welcome for the hit. I stick out like a sore thumb, but you stick around like a niche. Oh, I don't fit the mold of hip-hop. No shit. I won't apologize for what I am not, and what I am not is what you are. A gigantic misshot, a misfire. You wanted to be prompt, but you're not. Bitch, you flop. Guess you dropped the rock. Dude, stop.
All we do is pour it up all
Yeah.
That's all we do.
And all we do is light it up all night. All you see is strange clouds. Strange clouds.
Yeah.
All we do is pour it up all night. Blaze out.
That's all we do.
And all we do is light it up all night. All you see is strange clouds. Strange clouds. Strange clouds.
I got a message for these dummies who still guessing. 15,000 listen daily to me. Let's be a mess for your Corbin and Biggie show love. So I give it back, no question. You can't get no one to your shows. So what I need is suggestions. So don't question who I am when you can't get on the beat. Pun intended, I'm like years ahead, bitch. Don't even speak. I'm only getting started and these fools already peaked. I got these verses down pat. Your bars need to be tweaked. I'm the only one in town who can go hard on a track and do a pop song of the next. You little bitch, try that. Face facts you can't measure to the mind that I obtain. You try all that you want, but deal with it, you ain't bang.
All we do is pour it up all night. Drinks out.
And the outsiders, for that matter,
And all
motherfuckers.
we do is light it up all night. All you see is strange clouds.
Always got them strange vibes.
All we do is pour it up all night. Drinks out.
On a clone,
And all we do is light it up all night. All you see is strange clouds. Strange clouds.
All right, we're back with the answers. Hope you enjoyed that great song from Bane. He is the co-host of the Breaker and Bane Power Hour with Brian Breaker. Check out their show every Sunday. It's a ton of fun wherever podcasts are found. Here are the answers to the questions that Brian sent me. Question 1, the first Blade movie starring Wesley Snipes was released in what year? I said 1999. The actual answer is 1998. 1998, so I was 1 year off. 1 year earlier. Man, that was 20 years ago already. That's crazy. Question number 2, Rick Martel and Jake Roberts competed in what type of match at WrestleMania 7? The answer that I said was blindfold match, and the answer is a blindfold match. That is a bad one. You can watch clips of it if you want to be bored on YouTube. Question 3, how many seasons did Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman run? I said 3 or 4. I think I settled on 4, and the answer is 4. It was 4. Very good. For me, I guess. I've, again, never seen that show, but I knew it was 3 or 4, and it was 4. Number 4, who was the villain in the very first episode of Batman the Animated Series? I said Clayface. The answer was, oh, God damn it, Man-Bat. It was Man-Bat, the giant bat that swings over Gotham City. Man-Bat. I have the figure. You pull his legs, and he flaps his wings. Should have went with the gut of Man-Bat. Number 5, what was the TV series Hulk Hogan starred on during the 90s? The answer was Thunder in Paradise. I didn't even have to check that one. I knew it was Thunder in Paradise. Thunder in Paradise, when you mess with him, it's like rolling the dice. That was part of the theme song for Hulk Hogan's TV show. Those are the 5 questions. Thank you, Brian Breaker, and great job coming up with some good questions. Check out their podcast if you like fun stuff. They do these really gross soda challenges that are hilarious, and they talk about anything and everything fun, especially if you like wrestling. Go to Breaker and Bane, that's BAYN.com, and check out their Power Hour, the Breaker and Bane Power Hour, every Sunday. Thank you so much for checking out another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you liked it, go on iTunes. Leave me a review. That would be very cool of you. Or quicker and easier, just tell a friend. Tell a friend who likes trivia, pop culture, about this show, and get them on board and battle them to see who gets more questions right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.